And it looks like that intention worked because applications for study visas are down.
That's right, Kieran Jenkins from Channel 4 News. Things are not looking good for international students looking to study in the UK.
The overall number of international students starting a course next year will be set at 270,000.
It doesn't look good in Australia either. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Paul. I'm from the Keystone Education Group, where we connect students with universities. And today, we need to talk about the situation in the UK and in Australia. This might be old news for some of you, but if you aren't aware, both the UK and Australia are making it harder for you to get a study visa. Now, before I continue, I just want to preface that this situation is rapidly changing in these countries, and with the new Labour government in place in the UK, you never know what might happen. Although the situations are kind of similar, let's break down this video looking at Australia first, and then we'll look at the UK. In Australia, in December last year, the Australian government released a new migration strategy to help the country curb their migration levels. To nobody's surprise, a lot of people want to move to Australia. Applying to study there has been one of the easier ways for a person to move to Australia. So for 2024, 2025 and onwards, the Australian government has made it more difficult for students to obtain a study visa for that country. Simple as that. You need more money, you need to have higher English test scores, and not to mention there are additional checks if the government classifies you as a high-risk student applicant, which they're keeping a little bit vague as well. And then to add a little extra salt to that wound, in August 2024, the Australian government announced an international student cap of 270,000 students for the upcoming year in 2025. And just like Canada, the Australian government is cracking down on the schools as well. Schools that have a high amount of student visas rejected because students say which schools they're applying for on their study visa, yeah, those schools will be penalized as well. So some schools are frantically trying to figure things out, and those that are more paranoid, they're going to be more strict with accepting student applications in fear of being penalized by their governments. Now that is a recipe for a high rejection rate when it comes to student applications, which is exactly what people are seeing with Australia right now. It's not an easy situation if you're an international student looking to study in Australia. Now on to the UK. Kind of a similar situation, but simply the interest to study in the UK has dropped year on year. A lot of universities and the UK government have said their international student applications have dropped from 2023 to 2024. If you research this, you're going to see a lot of numbers flying around, but the drop in international applications is somewhere in the double digits percentage-wise. One of the reasons why seems to be from January, when the previous UK government made it much harder for an international student to bring their dependents with them, which is basically like their spouses, kids, families, and things like that. So yeah, interesting times ahead. But you never know, there's a new Labour government in the UK now, and things could potentially change on a whim. If you're a student considering countries to study in the world, definitely do your research. And with that said, is the UK or Australia still a top study choice for you? Let us know. As always, if you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe to our channel for all things studying and studying abroad. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.